It's just another day. It's just another day. It's just another day.
What are you talking about? There's so many things I can tell you all about my guest I had for the last 2 weeks, since it's been a while since we've seen each other, since I lost to you two in the greatest part of the year, the Halloween special. How's it feel being winners?
Like usual. Not really different for me.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna issue an apology now. I'm recording, but I'm issuing an apology to Aaron because I got way too drunk at the beginning. I mean, I drank a bottle of wine in the first half hour of the recording. Now, mind you, I drank the first half of that bottle when we were waiting for David, not like because we were all just bantering, we were all just chit chatting, David, and like Chelsea and I were just drinking, and Adam, I think you were drinking too, Adam, but it was just so funny because like Chelsea just when I was editing it, and I told her, I was like, yeah, I felt bad because like halfway like the first hour, I'm obviously fucking wasted, and she was like, bro, I drank like fucking 3 drinks before David even showed up. She's like, I was lit. I was like, well, nobody knows because you were having a great time. But nah, all in all, it felt like I still haven't learned the holiday. But I'm gonna cry.
Not in it.
I'm coming up with something for Christmas. That is gonna be fun. So we have that to look forward to. But yeah, since then I had the first group was Tam and Craig and Qua came down.
Okay.
And I literally have not ate as much food as I have hanging with all them. They were foodies. We traveled to many places, tried many different foods. Went to Korean Town, tried some fucking Korean hot dogs on a stick. And they like roll them in Takis and shit. But it was dope, dude. They made like they cut a hot dog in half, right? And they put mozzarella cheese on the end of the skewer with the hot dog and fucking deep fried it. Dude, what a world I've been open to.
Wait, is it like a corn dog or?
So it's not like corn dog batter. It is like a corn dog, but it's not like a corn flour batter, you know? It's not like cornbread around it. It's like some kind of other deep fried whatever, you know? And they would sprinkle like Takis. It was like a sweet bread too. It was weird. It was some Korean style bread that they deep fried it in, but it was pretty freaking dank, man. Then we went to H Mart, which is like the Wegmans of Asia Town, and I got some snacks there. You can't read any of the labels. You just go, oh, that looks good, and you just grab it. It was like fucking dope. I'm like, I have to go back here. I was one of the very few white people in there. It was fucking awesome. But no, dude, we ate so much food with that group. Like I felt like I was gonna explode because I'm normally a 2-meal-a-day guy. And they were like, yo, 3 meals a day. We're going to do like a brunch. We're going to do lunch. We're going to do dinner. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little brunch.
Bro, that's too many. Like, I don't even give a fuck about calories. I'm saying that's just too much food in general for me. I was like, my favorite meal was sushi because it was so small, but we all ended up filling up the fucking table with like, there was like 9 of us getting sushi. And everybody got like 2 things each, so it was like a fucking full table of sushi. It was impressive. Humble spread. And then, we did a bunch of like showing them Houston, which was hilarious to explain to people. Like, I don't feel like a lot of people get it, but if you want to go somewhere in Houston, it's like, they were like, yeah, man, let's go like from the north end of Houston to the like, you know, southwest and then all the way to Galveston. And I'm like, bro, it's like an hour to go here, hour and a half to go there. I'm like, you got 3 hours already knocked out. I was like, and that's if there's no accidents or traffic. It was just so funny to explain that to them. I was like, yeah, you'll learn. And then they learned quick. They're like, holy fuck, this place is huge. But we came up with the greatest, like, so we found out during that trip, or like, well, we educated Tam and Craig that Greg Abbott, the governor, is a cripple. He's in a wheelchair. And do you guys know how he's got in a wheelchair?
I feel like you told me before, but I don't remember.
I feel like we talked about this in the Halloween special, actually.
Oh, we probably did. I'll just reiterate. Homeboy was running in the during a thunderstorm, and I guess a tree branch got shocked and broke down and fell and paralyzed him or whatever. But so Craig came up with a whole campaign. He was like, if I was running against him and I was a true Texan, I'd be like, you gotta stand up for your country. How you gonna let a man who came and stand up to immigration tell you how to run a country? It was just like everything was just about how he can't walk, and I was like. That's when we named Craig Abbott during his whole trip here.
I like it.
He went back to Philadelphia with some real Southern pride from us. It was just so funny. And then after that, Jill and Justin came down, so it was nice because we didn't do the same shit. Like it was like two totally different style groups, so it wasn't exhausting. You know, like how if you have people back to back, you don't want to do the same shit over and over. So we at least did ghost tour with them, checked out like a few places, took Beaker on a walk, like to meet he met another Greyhound, which was cool. Smelled her poon. But that lady doesn't want to be our friend on Facebook, so we can't have dog friends. Womp womp. But yeah, all in all, like it was so fucking adventurous. We got lit. Justin wasn't feeling well, so Chelsea, Jill, and I went to the arcade, and we got lit and played the greatest game I've ever seen at an arcade, right? Dude, the Japanese have like rhythm games down. So, you know, DDR, how it's like you have the up, down, left, right arrows that you have to step on.
Right.
Fuck that. This game shreds it. There's like fucking 1, 2, 3, 4 corner pads that you just have to hit with your hands. Like there's a circle that comes out and you have to tap them to the beat, right? And a fucking touch screen where you have to, certain ones you have to touch. Dude, you're like a fucking cat, you know? Like it's so dope. It's called My
It sounds pretty cool.
It was so tits. I was like, yo, I have hammered, of course, and because the ciders sneak up on you there. Like they had holiday seasonal like ciders, right? Because it was like right at the end of October. Dude, they had a fucking cider called the 11, which tasted like waffles and pancakes. They had Ecto Cooler. They couldn't call it Ecto Cooler. They called it, what did they call it? Perfecto Cooler. I kept calling it Recto Cooler because it comes out green. I was like, dude, I'm going to get wrecked on this shit. They just had so many, like, different ones that we just, like, were fucking going ham on them. But anywho, yeah, that rhythm game was the tits. And then they had another rhythm game that was very similar, but it was like a fucking, a 4x4 cube grid, and they would light up, and you'd have to tap them to the beat, and it was just so. And once you found the rhythm of the songs, mind you, they're all like Japanese. Everything's written in Japanese except when you hit stuff and it says perfect in English. You're like, oh, what? But yeah, dude, those two games. I wish I could like own those machines. I already looked into it because I was like, how dope would that be to have one in your house? And I was like, ooh, that's $7,000. I don't know if Chelsea would be cool with me just, you know.
Ooh,
affirming some $7,000 towards a fucking dope ass machine. So yeah, I mean, that was my discoveries over that time. I was like, my takeaway from my trip with my friends, the ultimate thing for me, not just the friendship, but that fucking game. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm like, yo, it's like a cultural phenomenon there. They wear like wool gloves and play and shit so that there's no friction. I was like, dude, but
interesting.
Yeah, I got hype on that, as you can tell. It's just so dope.
So, not to like bring it down, but
Do it.
I saw a picture, and I don't know if Tam posted it or you did or Chelsea or who posted it.
Probably Tam.
But it was like all of you guys standing together. And I literally kind of like rubbed my face, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is like the shortest group of people to ever leave the house.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody was so fucking small, dude.
Bro,
I was like,
I was the tallest one in the group. 5'6".
when I saw fucking what's his name, Tam's man, dude, and I saw him, I was like, that is a small dude. Holy
Yo,
shit.
Craig is like 5'5". Yo, Craig's a shit though. He's so funny.
That's absolutely hilarious. Like I just saw the picture and I was like, hold on, like, and you were my gauge. I used you as the height gauge,
Dude.
and I was like, holy shit! I was like, everybody stood over them everywhere they went. I was like, they must have been getting looked down upon the entire night.
Dude, my favorite part is Craig and I, because we were surrounded by Asians essentially. So like when Kwa was down and Tam, and then we'd hang with Quran, Pakistani, but like you know what I mean, like we were the foreigners. Him and I were the white people, and
Right.
it would be like the most Asian shit. Like we go down somewhere and Tam would go up to somebody and be like, "Can you take a photo of the group?" Which is embarrassing in itself. Like it's embarrassing for us because it's like, well, I mean, come on, you're asking a stranger to take your photo. It's kind of a stereotypical Asian thing. But then she would tell them how to take the photo, which made it even funnier for Craig and I because we would both just roll
Oh,
our eyes, and be like,
no.
"Oh my god, don't fucking do
Did
this!"
you get it
Like,
sideways in landscape and fucking
can you
make
make
sure you
sure
touch
this
the
is in the
screen?
background? It's so funny. Like, I appreciate
That's
it. Like,
awesome.
I appreciate it so much, but it was making us die laughing because, like, it was just, I get to let Craig like experience what it's like to not be in PC culture because, like, you know, being in Philadelphia, and like he's just hearing me say whatever I want, and he's just like, "Wow, really?" Not like racist stuff, but you know what I mean. Like, just not thinking about it.
You caught yourself.
No,
You
no,
caught
I,
yourself.
no,
Yeah. You're
you
like,
know
hey, wait
me.
a minute.
I
By the
literally
way,
don't. I don't know. It was just funny. Like me specifically. Like while I was like in the car at one point, I was just like, "This guy's fucking retarded," and he was just like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, you can say that here. They say it here. They're taking it back here in Texas."
they're
No, it was just
taking it
funny.
back.
It
I
was just
like that.
funny. God, it was such an adventure. Like I like when people come down. Like I felt great because like all of my hard work of getting the house ready for people was pretty good. And
Mhm.
Beaker was like chill with people after like the first day for the most part. Like Tam
That's
and
good.
them, if you ignore him, we've learned if you ignore him when you first get in, he won't think you're invading the house. But if you look him in the fucking eyes and try and pet him, like he's like, get the fuck away from me. I'm gonna bark at you and get into attack mode. Cause
Get all goofy and weird.
yeah, Jill kept making the mistake of making eye contact and going up nice and being like, "Hi, Vika." I was like, "Don't do that." And then he'd be like, "Nom," like almost bite her hand. I'm like, "Mm." I was like, "Ignore him. Call him a bitch.
Yeah.
Say fuck you. You have to be the dominant one." It was
You have
just
to dominate
intense.
this dog.
Yeah, dude, for real. I fucking own him all the time. Any chance I can get, I'm like, put him in his place. But yeah, dude, I've been really like hounding down and like trying to think of good movies this week while playing Call of Duty. And
Call of Duty.
yeah, I'm addicted again. I'm back in it. Video games are back in
Warzone's
my
coming
life.
around. Warzone will be here soon.
I mean, I paid for the 3090 Ti or 3090 for the win graphics card, so I might as well go ham. I have to buy a new CPU for my computer, but that's a different story. But yeah, I've been like jonesing a good movie because I wanted to watch so many, but like we've had guests over for the past 2 weeks, so like I haven't had time. Very disappointing. I love the weekends when you can just put a movie on, get a pizza, and drink beer. I know
Do you
you don't
watch
feel that
anything
way,
at all?
Probably.
Adam, you'll put sports on, grab a beer, and that's your thing.
Yeah, I would love to watch movies, but I can't until football season's over.
It's understandable. Live and
That's
die
when
by
I
the
catch up on
college.
everything.
I was gonna say you have college football, you have normal
Yep.
football.
Yep.
I mean, baseball just ended. Fuck Astros.
Like I just watch the World Series. Really, I don't care.
I don't-
Basketball, I'll watch playoffs and March Madness. Really, so
Well, it's all about gambling.
Yeah.
You are the
if I'm
uncut
gonna
gem.
bet on a game, I'll watch it. But that's about it.
You
I feel
coulda-
the urge.
I mean, without sports betting, what's the point of watching the sport?
Sometimes it's just fun, but yeah,
That's me with UFC.
not anymore. Not anymore. I have to bet to have a little juice, especially if it's
little
like a team I
action.
don't care about. I don't really care.
I don't feel alive unless I have $1.20 on the line.
I have to put something on it. I don't. It could be 50 cents. I don't care.
Dude, I was surprised you guys didn't hit. Dylan almost had that one. You and Dylan were so close to winning a lot of money.
Yeah, I was really close the next day too.
On
I was hot that weekend.
I know
I was
you
hot
hit.
that week.
You did hit. You did get one hit.
Yeah.
That's why I gotta move to a state where I can gamble. They gotta stop being pussies here and let me do my sports betting.
Mm-hmm.
What about Florida? You can bet in Florida?
No,
Serious?
Dude,
not yet. At least I
The
don't know if
South is
they're.
terrible about it.
Yeah, so I'm just like, God, what do they do?
Well, you can in Louisiana.
Yeah, but then you're in Louisiana.
Man, it's got the highest like AIDS rate in the fucking U.S., so I don't want to go there.
Hurricanes, Katrinas.
I can handle a hurricane. I'll beat the shit out of a hurricane. I just don't want AIDS.
Nowhere else you can in the South.
I mean, Arizona.
Arizona, yes, I love Arizona.
Who goes to New Mexico? What is even in New Mexico?
A lot
Give
of UFC camps, a lot
give
of
it-
fucking
Give it back
fighters.
to Mexico. That's what I said.
Yeah. Let them have
I'm
it.
starting the petition. Come and take it. Seriously, come and take it. Like, I don't even know the capital of it. I'm just that ignorant with New Mexico.
It's not Albuquerque, it's something else.
Is
I
it
don't
New
think it's
Mexico City?
No.
I'm thinking now. I'm like, shit. What
Yeah,
is
no.
it?
Duluth?
What is it? No.
I know. It's being a dick. Nah, it's
I really
don't
want to
know
get
what it
this
is.
without looking it up. Like, I'm really
I know,
thinking
me
here.
too.
This is it. This is how.
Only
this-
city I can think of is Albuquerque, but I don't think that's the capital.
Let's look. I'm looking it up, and I'll tell you in a minute. New Mexico capital, and it is. Oh, you should know it. It
You're-
is. Go ahead.
Oh, is it Santa Fe?
Yes.
Yeah.
As soon as I said you should
I don't know
know
why
it,
that.
you were like, "Wait a minute."
I do know that city, yes.
That's fucking hilarious. Nah,
Makes sense. That's one I would have forgot, but I also would have thought Santa Fe was in like Texas or
California.
some shit. No,
California.
I was thinking somewhere Spanish, one of those Spanish U.S. states.
Oh, California.
It could have been anywhere from Texas to California, going around that border.
I did to switch it back to movies so I stopped harassing you guys about your life. I wanted to write a movie about the video game Dead by Daylight because it's a fun video game where people are trapped
DBD.
getting hunted by a killer and you have to fix generators around the map that turn on lights and then escape. It's like you're in hell or something because I've been
Yeah, I
playing
played
that
that
game.
game.
It's a fun
Oh, you
game.
have it? I
I
played the shit out of that game. That
I got
game's
it
fun.
for the PlayStation. I want to get it for PC next time it goes on sale because I mean I just spent $70 on COD.
It's cross-plat, I think, isn't it? Like I'm
It
pretty sure-
is, yeah, but it just sucks playing on my PlayStation because it's hard. Like control wise, I could be so much better on the mouse and keyboard. You know, I'm a
That's
bitch.
tough no matter what. It's tough no matter what. I don't care what those people say. The killers have way too big of an advantage.
At times, I hate Ghostface. He's my least favorite one.
Dude, he is a fucking asshole. He's so
Mhm.
fast. He's so quiet. Fuck him.
Yep. Then I thought of there hasn't been enough. This sounds incorrect. War positive movies. You know what I mean when I say that? Like Black Hawk Down, where it's like a pro military ish movie.
Because they wrote them already. They gotta find based on true events. They gotta
Like
wait for something to
Sniper.
happen.
Remember watching Sniper? Isn't that the one with Mark?
Are you talking about
Mark
Sniper or
Wahlberg?
like American Sniper?
No, not American Sniper. Sniper is the one. Is that
Shooter.
Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Shooter.
Yeah.
It's called
That-
Shooter.
That was a good one. That
I
was
love
like,
that. That's a great movie.
and then
And they made it a TV show, and I never watched it.
who would?
You said it became a TV show?
Yeah, with
I didn't know that.
Fuck, what's the guy's name?
John Krasinski.
No.
No,
Sorry.
that's
Who
Jack
is John
Ryan.
Krasinski?
still
Why
Jack
do I wanna
Ryan.
say- I want to say it was like Ryan Phillippe, but I could be wrong.
No, because Ryan Phillippe doesn't do things anymore. That can't be right.
What?
Was it Phil
let me
Duffy?
find it.
No.
Shooter TV show. Hold on.
But no, I don't know. I've been wanting like I thought about that the other day. I don't think there's been a pro military
Fucking Ryan Phillippe.
dude. hell
Oh my
yeah.
god! Wow. I thought that was just you threw it out for a joke. I did not think you were serious.
No, joke would be
Oh,
Cooliger.
fucking Omar Epps was in it. Holy shit.
Cool. What the hell is Cooliger? What are you saying?
The Cooliger. Well, that's what he was named in fucking a TV show. But what's his face from Police Academy?
Which one? There's a lot
The
of
main
people.
dude, Adam knows. who we're
Oh,
talking
you're
about.
talking about
Oh,
Steve Gutenberg?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Goot. Steve
Goot.
Gutenberg.
Dude,
One of
he
our-
has the weird. His IMDb is the weirdest shit. Like that man does. His career's fucked up. I don't understand
He says yes
what
to
the
anything
fuck he did.
these days.
He's got some Nicolas Cage type shit going on.
Yep. That's why we appreciate him.
But he gave us Police Academy, so
Mm-hmm.
survive.
So what movie ideas did you guys have? Because I have one written, but I'll save it because it's spoopy. I didn't want to spoil it. I told you a little bit, but I didn't tell you everything. I just thought of like it. I was like, it's a good old fashioned slasher horror film. But I wasn't sure if anybody had anything more upbeat.
I didn't have anything upbeat. The only thing I thought of, because I try to look at like real world scenarios first, and then I just
Mhm.
thought of something stupid, so I didn't fully flesh anything out. I just kept thinking of this idea, thinking how you could make it make sense at all, but I was like, okay. The company Volkswagen only exists because Hitler made it exist. Like, this is the people's car. He made sure that that company was created and survived so
Mm-hmm.
people could have cars in Germany.
V-Dub.
Right, but since the creation of it, for the purpose it was created, they have bought like they own Bugatti, they own fucking Lamborghini, Ducati, blah blah blah. They own like an insane amount of fucking car companies.
Do they own Audi?
They might, but I don't think they own
Might.
BMW, or it's vice versa. It's one of those. It's one of the
I feel
two.
like they do own
I say
Audi.
I think it is. I think it is Audi. I think they own Audi. I think BMW
is
and
separate.
Mercedes are separate. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they got to stay alive on their own thing.
Yep.
They might even own Porsche too, but I can't promise that. I was just something I was thinking about. And I was like, dude, what if, of all fucking things, in like a weird B movie type scenario, Volkswagen existed, thrived, made a shit ton of money just to start World War III and bring back some type of third or fourth or fifth Reich or whatever the fuck it is, and just restart a complete fucking like just insane war, because who else would be better funded? Who else would have the materials to make the fucking planes, automobiles, tanks, weapons, everything? I mean, they have everything you'd need to
I mean,
literally start a massive war
The
and continue to
Touareg,
get
the
it going.
Taurus, the Teos, the Beetle, the
I
Turbo
mean, I
Beetle.
saw
I'm just saying, man, it's more than possible, and it kind of like had me thinking. I was like, man, you could write your own like Sharknado-esque type movie on this, and like really just set it forward in a really weird world. Or you could make it really serious, and you could avoid using Volkswagen and everything else, and just make your own little like
No,
futuristic
you make
timeline and
them
everything else.
fucking-
But
You make them the fucking what are they? Not the Autobots, but the other ones, the Decepticons.
Decepticons.
They're fucking Decepticons. They're robots in disguise. The Third Reich robots in disguise. The
Dude, it could
scientist
be.
hits a button, then they turn into fucking war machines.
Dude, it's more than possible. I mean, it was just a stupid idea that came over my mind when I was thinking about it, because I had looked up a while ago. I got in like a weird little like tiff about what Bugatti was and who created it, and I was like, no, it was an Italian manufacturer, and somebody else was like, no, it's fucking it's I think he said it was French or German. He picked he picked German. And I was like, bro, that is definitely not a German car. And he's like, it says Bugatti. What sounds more German than Bugatti? And I was like, are you a retarded person? I was like, what about Bugatti sounds fucking German? I was like, it's one of the most Italian things I've ever heard. I was like, it almost sounds like Bertolli. I was like, it sounds like pasta, you know? And sure enough, we looked it up. It turns out it's an Italian car maker who took his business to France, and he did the same thing that Lamborghini did, where they started with like tractors and everything else, and then started building cars.
Bro,
And
you just make
that's when we
it so
found
electric
out.
cars. Subliminal
That's when we found out
message.
that's when we found out that Volkswagen made it, and I was like, oh shit, what else do they have? And then I looked at all the companies they own. I was like, holy shit. And then that just was something just popped in my mind the other day, and I was just like, that would be a great stupid movie. I was like, I would watch the shit out of that. I was like, that would be awesome. And you could make a war positive movie. You could
Yeah,
make
you're ta-
exactly what you're asking for.
World War positive, but it's still wars.
Hey, you asked for war. You want positivity? Watch me.
Dude, you make it so they have smart cars that just have subliminal messages, like as you're driving and shit in a tunnel, and all of a sudden, like the fucking dash flickers as like a swastika or something.
Well, I mean, no bull. I mean, that's what
Eat
they're
it,
trying.
Joe's. Eat it, Joe's.
I mean, that's like the current tin hat theory why everything's going electric so people can control your cars and tell you when you can and cannot drive and what you can listen to while you're driving and X amount, whatever. You put the tin hat on, you'll figure it out.
They're not going
But
to let me listen to Joe Rogan, those sons of bitches.
absolutely not. And if they don't want you driving on Sundays, you ain't driving on Sunday. You're staying in the house.
How am I going to learn anything if I'm not listening to him?
Well, you can't. I'm sorry. It's out the door.
He's gospel. Like,
Well, now the Reich is gospel.
I get made fun of for listening to the Reich. No, the
The
Rogue.
Reich.
Yeah, people
That's
make fun of me.
because everybody's way too liberal. It's weird.
It
Everything
is-
thinks Joe Rogan's just lying about weird shit, and you can't just enjoy the fact that he's talking to like
hilarious
whatever
people.
guest, whatever guest that may bring you joy.
I skip
As
all
if-
the scientists and all those ones. I just strictly listen to comedians and funny people.
I don't know, man. Did you not watch like the Neil deGrasse Tyson episode? Because that's an awesome one, man.
Probably. I don't know. I don't listen to it.
I mean, did anyone watch Two Bears this week?
Yes, I did. David would
Oh,
be very
wait,
proud
which-
of Bert's birthday present.
Yeah.
Wait, which episode? I might have
It
watched. I
literally
can't remember.
aired.
Newest one
Yeah,
this
it-
week.
Yeah, I'll spoil it because
Let me find it real quick.
It's fucking hysterical, David.
Yeah.
You would know.
Talk to me.
You would know what we're talking about because specifically, like, it's Bert's
It
birthday
relates
present.
to everything that we've just been talking about.
Specifically.
So
Yeah.
for Tom got Bert for his birthday Hitler's teacup, like a teacup that
Oh,
Hitler
shit.
used and drank out of from his summer home. Bought it
Yeah.
on the
Okay.
black market. It's fucking hysterical.
I absolutely saw a clip of that, and then them getting him to fucking drink out of it and shit, and I had quite the laugh about it.
Yeah.
Oh, they were trying to.
I didn't
don't
get to
think
watch
they-
I didn't watch the episode yet though, but I
whole
saw him
episode's
do like
great,
a photo op
but-
with it.
It's so funny.
So funny.
I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. But nah. Yeah, do you basically I like how you just were like, you know what? It'd be a dope movie if Volkswagen just admits they're Nazis. I mean, their cars are made in Mexico, which is close to Argentina, which is where Hitler is. I'm
Might
just
be.
saying.
Sure, I thought
If
it was
not-
Brazil.
No, it's
What?
Argentina.
No, they escaped it. Well, they went into Brazil and then they traveled to Argentina.
Yeah, because the whole town is a bunch of Nazis in Brazil.
Oh, legit. The fucking like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the
They're doing the
statues have
fucking-
swastikas
yeah.
and shit on them, and people are like,
Well, they didn't like the election they did like a few weeks ago. They're all fucking doing the Hail Hitler.
"That's so fucked up." I remember seeing the article. I just didn't even bother reading it. I was just like, "Yep, makes sense."
Yep.
They're fucking. Oh man,
I
the
told you.
Red
I told
Skull.
you it's coming back, bro.
Hail Hydra.
Why do you think Volkswagen exists? It's because they needed to be funded for the next war. Now they have the most money and the most materials. They're ready to go.
Oh shit! Another hot take, real quick, before we go to the next idea.
Also, have a military fun fact, but go ahead.
Oh, all right. Wakanda Forever. Is anybody gonna bother seeing this? I don't think they should have made this movie.
Oh no, I'm seeing it 100%. I'm going on Friday or Saturday. Promise
Homeboy's
you.
dead. Why make him? Why continue it? Or why not just replace
Eh,
him like Edward?
I'm
Norton?
not going for the Black Panther aspect. I'm only going for the Namor aspect. I mean, I'm interested to see what they're doing. I'm pretty sure it's pretty clear it's going to be his sister that's taking over the mantle, whatever. I mean, I think it's better that they at least use somebody in house and they didn't just completely recast it and just try to move on. I mean, they did that with Iron Man. You know what I mean? They had War Machine. They had what's his name?
Yeah, they-
Terrence Howard
Yeah,
playing
they swapped him
fucking.
out.
Yeah, he had him playing Rhodey, and then all of a sudden it was fucking Don Cheadle. But
No.
whatever, it's
Don
fine.
Cheadle.
But yeah, I mean, clearly he's made a career off of being War Machine now, which is so fucking weird. Never saw that coming.
Right.
But he did play an amazing Captain Planet, so I can't actually talk too much shit.
Fair enough. All right, Adam.
I don't know if you've seen those, but they're
Army fact.
hilarious.
Yeah, quick military fun fact. Did you know at one point in time, Pepsi had the 6th largest military in the world?
Pepsi had a military?
Yep.
What, like for protection? Like, was it like a fucking army? Like,
No, the Soviets couldn't afford Pepsi, so they traded them a military fleet of like naval vessels for a soda.
Yo,
are you
how
fucking?
dope is that?
Yeah,
That's
they had like
weird. That's
like
so
15
weird.
submarines or some shit like that, and like a whole bunch of other boats.
So Pepsi just has that.
They sold it off by now, but at one point in time, they did have
Dude, could you
a very large
imagine?
naval presence.
How
That's
funny would that
insane.
be? I'm in the Pepsi
All for,
Army.
but dude, all for Pepsi. Why didn't they just make their own fucking Pepsi? Why didn't they just have a like? It's Pepsi, dude.
They couldn't afford it, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah,
They
CM
couldn't
Punk must have
afford.
been
They
a
had.
general because he has that Pepsi symbol on his arm.
I can't stand that about that man. Seeing that stupid like he has a Cobra fucking like commander tattoo and a Pepsi tattoo.
You'll never see him again. Homeboy's gonna disappear off the face of the earth.
Yeah, right, dude. He's coming back to the WWE next chance he gets.
Nah, they don't want him.
Oh, they'll take him. Vince is gone. They'll
They
take
won't-
whatever they can get.
Hunter don't want He's cut ties with wrestling. He's pissed off too many people. He
Give it
fought. He
time.
fought 4 people in the back after his last match and then got fired. Homeboy
No, he probably gonna be.
sucks.
That happens.
Nah,
Wrestling. What are you gonna do?
he's a bitch. Calling him out. I'll take him.
Yeah, we all know that.
I'll take him out to dinner.
I was really upset that his UFC career didn't even give him close to a win. Like he got massacred
Yeah,
every fight. He got beat. What did he get? 2 fights and then he was done, or 3 fights? It was
2 fights.
yeah, 2 fights. I just oh man, he really got beat up bad. He looked horrible. Like he had no business.
No, he just wanted to prove. He was like, "I'm tough," and it's like, bruh, people work their whole life to get in there and will study at least 2 different martial arts just to even compete. And you were going in there fucking half-ass.
Well, he claimed that he had been studying Muay Thai and fucking I think jiu-jitsu for years. That was his big fucking like get me in coach type shit, and
And so is
obviously
Mac.
because he was a wrestler. That's right. And guess what? He scored a point in a karate tournament against a black belt. That's badass.
That's badass. No, like,
That is badass.
nah, this is funny. I don't even know how we got there, but Adam, if you'd like, I can go or you can go. I'm down.
Doesn't matter. I'll go.
Do it.
Have you guys ever heard of the 1904 Olympic Marathon?
No.
It's the strangest race ever run.
Okay.
So it was in conjunction with the World's Fair, so there's a whole mess of people in St. Louis
Fuck
when this
yeah.
was happening.
World's Fair was the dopest shit we ever learned about at that museum, Adam.
Yeah,
It's fucking
that's
insane.
true. That's true. This race had a whole bunch of characters in it, so I'll just go through a few of these scenarios, and then I'll kind of go a little bit more depth with 3 of them. One guy almost died because the roads were so dusty it coated his esophagus and like cut up his stomach lining. So he almost
Holy
bled
shit.
out. One guy just at some point in time just started vomiting. He quit.
Wait, so this is running. This is like running,
Yeah,
right?
this is a legit running race.
How
Yeah.
the fuck do you get so much dust? Anywho, go on.
It's 1904. The roads are shit.
Dust
It's in
bowl.
St. Louis, like dust bowl shit. One guy got chased a mile off the course by wild dogs. They were doing some kind of like hydration experiment, so there was only 2 water stops, and they were both in the first half of the race. So for the last 12 miles of the race, you got nothing to drink, no water.
Oh shit.
It was an unbelievably hilly course, so everyone is dead in this course. It's like 90 plus degree heat. There's
Oh
no
my
water.
God.
They didn't block off any of the roads, so like there's cars and like carts and trolleys and shit just going all over the roads as they're running.
Jesus Christ.
This sounds amazing.
And I'll kind of dive deep into 3 of the main characters, I guess.
Fucking Jesus.
This guy who finished the race first, technically, he probably about 10 miles into the race. He got cramps, wasn't feeling great. He hopped in a car and just took a car another 11 miles to almost the end. Um, and he ended up crossing the finish line in first, and they were going to give him the prize until someone called him out. Like he was about to get the medal put
Oh.
onto him, and someone called him out saying that he saw him getting out of a car.
This asshole drove.
Yep. He was like, "Oh, it was just a joke. I was never gonna take the medal," but he was like, they were putting it on him, and someone called him out.
You see this? Didn't even break a sweat.
Yeah.
World's fittest man.
The guy who crossed the finish line second, he was like kind of slowing down because he heard someone else had won, so he was like, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna keep running."
Right.
But then he heard that they called him out for cheating, so then he started picking up his pace again. His trainers that were kind of in a car alongside him, just making sure he kept pace and stuff like that, they were feeding him what is known to be kind of the first attempt at a performance-enhancing drug in a race. It was something in egg whites, but when you mix it enough together, it turns into like a form of rat poison.
Oh, shit.
So he was just poisoning himself for this whole race.
Oh my god.
Yo, that's wild.
So when he got to the end, he was basically a zombie. Like he could barely like pick his legs up. Like his trainers and stuff like put their arms around him and were like dragging him to the finish line. And then whenever he got past the finish line, it took like 4 doctors and a few hours to kind of revive him so that he could accept the medal. But he ended
Good
up
lord.
Christ.
winning that one. And then there's another guy. He was a Cuban. He got to the race by raising money by running the entire length of Cuba over days, obviously.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it one day, but that's how he raised money to get to the Olympics. But when he got to America, I think it was like New Orleans or something like that, as soon as he got there, he gambled all of that money away. So he had no money when he got to St. Louis. So he showed up into the race with like slacks on and like dressed like street shoes, not even like a running shoe that you would wear to race.
Oh my god.
He's in like pants and like a hat and like a button-up shirt or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He runs the race like that because that's how he showed up in it. At one point in time in the race, he stopped by an orchard that was, I guess, on the side of the road. Started eating some apples that were rotten, so he got some cramps, he got a little tummy ache. He laid down, took a nap in the middle of the race for a while. He eventually got back up and finished the race. He ended up finishing 4th, but it's the craziest race of all time.
Dude, it wrote itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even
Yeah,
have to
It's the
parody
whole
anything.
story. You don't have to do anything. You just have to put a little more drama in there and like figure out how to
Bro, you don't even have
shoot
to.
it, but like
You just make it that
you gotta
like
add a little drama in there.
you make it like the tennis movie with the tennis movie by Lonely Island dude, or not Lonely
Oh,
Island.
and Kid Harington
Yep.
and Andy Samberg,
Yep.
longest match ever.
Yeah. You make it that style of movie, and it'll be fucking great. Where it's shot like dramatic, but it's really fucking funny.
See,
Yeah.
when you were describing it and going over those parts, the only thing that came to mind was fucking Rat Race.
Mm-hmm.
You could rat race the shit out of that movie, man, and just have an all-star cast and just have like the scenario where the guy obviously like gets the car is the first one I'm thinking of. Is like it's kind of like when Mr. Bean gets in the car with fucking Newman. Exactly, like and all the stupid hijinks that happen in the fucking car. Like you could easily have this race this car take him all around the city trying to get to just this endpoint just due to whatever fucking hijinks are happening. Blah blah blah, whatever. Like it could be anything, but like that's just one scenario for one character. Like there's so many things you can touch on. Like
it writes itself. It's a true story and it blows my mind.
I mean,
especially dude going to the
There were
casino and
also-
shit too. Oh my god, what a scene that would be.
there was only a handful of like real like runners in this race. A lot of the other people weren't. Like one guy got in by running a 5 mile race because he knew somebody that could get him in the race. So he just had to run 5 miles.
Because the winner won like money and a medal, right? This is like the whole
think
thing. I
so.
guess they were competing for. Dude, we could literally fund this movie now because it's just people running. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you'd have to do is wear period time clothing. We easily could make this movie. Doesn't need to be period. Like, if we were to do it in a goofy way, it could have modern
You
clothing.
could modernize it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could modernize it very easy.
But that is so fucked up that the
That's
person,
100% true.
it's just great. I love the fact that like homeboy took a nap in the middle of the fucking road.
Yeah.
What a fucked up awesome time, Adam. That literally wrote itself. I don't think there's been a more perfect like true event that I've never heard of that hasn't been a movie. Like, you know what I mean? This is something like
Yeah.
you would expect
Like,
to
I
have already been
couldn't-
made.
I would have thought it would have been, but I couldn't find anything.
Yo, fuck A League of Their Own. This is the fucking 1904 St. Louis Marathon, Olympic Marathon or whatever. That's fucked up. They just decided to throw their own Olympics and marathon. Like, you know what I mean?
For some reason, like in my mind, after this is all being said, like I just picture myself like at the theater, and it's just like based on true events from the three idiots who wrote "What Is a Bear." And
Yeah.
then you just see the title,
Utah, what is a
1904.
bear?
Yeah,
19
exactly.
like
The Oddball Marathon.
the
Yeah, it would
Oddball
just be
Marathon.
be fantastic.
I know the name of the episode now. Jesus Christ. That's so much better than like I thought like man, when you were saying it's true events, I was expecting like a fucking Rudy type film, not something as glorious as that. Oddball Marathon. Well, fucking A, dude. I guess now I'll present my slasher film. I was just like, I don't know. I was like, I guess Halloween put me in the mood for a slasher film because I didn't go to theaters to see Terrifier 2. I want to, but I'll get around to it.
That movie is insane, by the way. I did see it.
I've heard
Nuts.
great things. I've heard great things.
Did you watch the first one?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
They said it's that times 10.
It easily holds up with the insanity of what you're going to witness, and I never thought in a million years, based on the first movie alone, that this fucking movie would have a storyline and a fucking plot and something way cooler going on under the surface.
Well, did you ever
And
see the
it
original
totally
film?
does. Yeah, I watched All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, All Hallows Eve, then Terrifier 2. Like, it's just crazy because All
Yeah.
Hallows Eve, I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's such a great. Anywho, yeah, it's
Oh
just,
yeah,
it's great.
the first introduction to art in All Hallows Eve was absolutely insane, and that first movie with the subway shit,
Yeah,
crazy. Like
Oh.
this guy knows what he's doing. He knows how to fucking scare people.
it is. It actually is a scary movie. I will admit that. But
Oh, it's scary and it's gross. It's so nasty.
That's why I was like, when I was thinking of mine, I wanted to throw back to like the old school horror. So I was like, the title of it would be 3 Months of Summer Camp. And like, it's a horror film. We're at a summer camp, like, classic summer camp. Kids go to camp, ghost stories told.
Huh?
And they basically tell a story about like a camp counselor who was dating another camp counselor who caught his girlfriend making out with one of the kids at the camp, and kills both of them and disappears in the woods. And then like they hear that ghost story, and then like cut to like it's 1979, so like there's no cell phones, there's no nothing, they're cut off from society. At night the kids keep hearing like some kind of sound, and they're like, oh my god, there are monsters in the woods. And then like counselors start disappearing, and like they try to reach the sheriff can't be reached, like their radio's not working, the cars aren't working that they have, there's no real way to escape and stuff. And I was like, I just thought it'd be cool to have like a horror movie where like, you know, you're not sure if it's if it's the killer from the story or if there's like a monster in the woods or that type of horror where like you know it'd be shot from like the kids and counselors perspective, but everybody is like on edge, like people start fighting. It goes into like that almost like I'm trying to think of what the movie is, but where like you're stuck in a house. Maybe I'm thinking of Day of the Dead type of thing where like they're arguing on like how to like solve the zombie thing, or like you're trapped and you're trying to like argue, is it this or is it this? Like The Mist has that where they're like, are they aliens? Are they bugs? Is this God? Like in this case it's like, is it a fucking one person in the camp that's a killer? Is it the dude from the story? Is he the killer, or is there some kind of monster in the woods that are killing people? Or is it somebody just fucking with people? That's the type of horror movie I wanted to make. I don't know the ending. I don't know where it goes. That was just the blunt idea I had. I just knew it was called 3 Days at Summer Camp.
You want to make a
Or
slasher
three months
at a
camp.
campsite.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't even.
Okay.
I wanted to make it more of like a mystery. Like you see people like you'll get the. I think it should be more thriller type where you don't know, like people are just disappearing, and you're not sure like monster, killer. Is it a monster? Is it a killer? And if it's a killer, is it the killer from the story, or is somebody at the camp a fucking psycho? Keeps everybody
Okay.
guessing on who it is. A who done it. Was it Stu? Was it whatever the boyfriend's name was in Scream?
Billy.
Billy?
It's funny you said that because I was like, you talking about throwing in like Scream meets like The Burning or some shit.
Yeah, I just think it'd be dope to like have like a horror movie that you're literally not sure. People are disappearing. You're like, are they dying? And if they are dying, are they just being like abducted by aliens? Like, is it a fucking monster?
It's
Are they all
alien.
trapped in a cave? You know what I'm saying? Like, just
Did
everybody's
you
proposing different theories.
did you watch did you see Scream Queens? Did you ever watch that show?
No.
No, I know of it.
So I'll be honest, it's absolutely silly, but like the same like process you're going through, they did that on that show because the killer kept having access into the sorority house. So instead of a camp, it was a sorority
Mhm.
house. And they could not figure out was the killer one of the sorority sisters.
Yeah, I didn't know. I just didn't know where to take the horror film. I thought it would be fun to just have like a who done it, a what done it.
Well, you know me, I love fucking whodunits. That's why I just love Scream in general.
That's why I love fucking
Actually,
Knives Out. Knives Out was one of the greatest
well,
whodunits ever.
I'm glad you brought that up. Did you watch the trailer for the fucking sequel coming out the next movie?
I did
The
not. I
spinoff.
didn't know it
I
came
didn't
out
know
yet.
it came out.
It
Yeah,
did
I
not
didn't
come
know.
out yet. There's a trailer that came out. It's called Glass Onion, and it follows what's his name, the detective.
Daniel Craig.
Yes, it follows Daniel Craig, the detective, and basically he ends up at this big fucking house party. It's very Clue-esque. There's a huge invitation. They're like, "There's going to be a murder," and then all of a sudden, a real murder fucking happens. And instead of just being one of these silly fucking whodunits, and they're just following the clues in the house, but no one's actually dead. Motherfuckers are actually dying. So he has to solve the mystery in real time. Dude,
I
it
like
looks
Daniel Craig,
it
so
it looks fucking awesome. I mean, honestly, if you wanted to pause for a second and watch the trailer, you should definitely watch it so you can talk about it because it's fucking sick.
I'll have to
It
watch it
looks
after
so.
this.
I'll be honest with you, it looks so much better than Knives Out. Like Knives Out was good, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But this looks like it's gonna fucking blow it out of the water, which I did not expect because apparently, what Netflix paid Daniel Craig and the creator of
And
Knives Out.
Rain Johnson, the guy who made the last
Yes,
or
yes, that's it.
the Last Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah, and he has I think a 3 movie deal with them or some shit.
3 or 5. It's something large. I know that.
Yeah, and if anything is as good as what this trailer is, you know what I mean? If it's gonna
Mhm.
continue on like this, I'm excited because that was a character I didn't think would be so fucking like, oh yeah, you should watch it for the fucking detective. You know, you should be all about this character
He's
here
like
coming out. Like,
Crusoe.
I'm ready. Yeah.
He's a modern day Crusoe or Sherlock Holmes. Did you see the trailer for John Wick 4?
Yeah, I fucking did it. It looks awesome, dude.
They did it
It looks
again.
so good, man. Like I can't stop enjoying those movies. And I thought when John Wick 3 first got announced and
You were like, oh,
I
here we
saw the
fucking
trailer,
go.
I wasn't even that far. I was just not super into the casting. I wasn't into a lot of like little bits here and there.
Hmm.
But I was like, you know what? I still gotta watch it, and it was fucking amazing. John Wick 3 was fucking sweet as fuck.
They're great
I was
films.
super, I was super not. I don't like Halle Berry, and I was super not into her being in this franchise for even a movie. But when I watched it, I was able to get past it. I enjoyed watching those fucking German shepherds just destroy motherfuckers. Loved every fucking minute of it. That movie was dope, and I'm very surprised that there was gonna be a fourth in general, and this was gonna keep going the way it was going. And I mean, honestly, to me, they just look like they're getting better every movie, which
The
was not expected.
I hope, and this is like my weird brain being like, it'd be really cool is if they do one more film after this, right? John Wick 5, and you bring it in so that John Wick ends up going against the Crazy 88s and fucking Uma Thurman's character
Oh,
from
you
Kill
move it
Bill,
in.
and you fucking just have like you just bring it, because like you already have Sonny Chi and all those, like it's very influenced the same like Kill Bill was by so many of the great like Chinese, Japanese, like kung fu,
Martial arts movies and
like
shit.
straight up,
Yeah.
yeah. Like if you were to just be like, what if we took two worlds and fused them together that you never expected, and you take the Tarantino verse and the John Wick verse, and you make them have a baby,
S-
and if not, then at least you just put Uma Thurman in and have her be whatever fucking random character, like they do with most people in those
So
films.
I'm gonna float you some info and then my idea based on what you said. So right now, I think they said they're slated to make 7 or 9 John Wick movies or something.
Holy
Like
fuck, that's a
there's
lot.
some like yeah, there's some like outrageous number that's already been set to tell more. Like the story's gonna keep going. Like there is a bunch of story that they have for this. So I like from what you said based on that, because I love your idea. I'd like them to fucking. I want to see it revert. I want to see exactly what you said. I want to see John Wick and The Bride and whatever from Tarantino world and whatever from the John Wick universe collide. But I want it to be just an absolute like extravaganza. You know what I mean? I don't want it to have anything to do with either place. Actually,
Hmm.
I don't want any explanation. I want just a straight up grindhouse movie and I want there to be like 2 directors, and I wanted to do it just like Grindhouse before. I want to see Robert Rodriguez and Tarantino, and then whatever producers or whatever creative minds wrote John Wick come together, mash up some crazy shit, and just make an absolute banger of like explosions, murders, gunfights, sword fights, knife fights, the whole fucking deal. I want to see fucking betrayal. I want to see fucking just nasty, crazy shit going on. Like I just want to see some total fucking carnage in those movies.
It's funny that John Wick is what you wanted the Expendables to be, you know?
No, actually, it's not what I wanted Expendables to be like. When I first heard about the Expendables, I expected a B movie. I thought
Yeah.
it was a joke. And not that it's not, but it's more like a joke that was filmed really well. I
And
don't think those movies take themselves seriously, and you knew
Terry Crews
they
has the
weren't.
best line. You better remember this shit at Christmas.
That's right. And I mean, how about fucking Chuck Norris literally telling a fucking Chuck Norris joke in the
Yep.
movie? Like,
And then gives his
that's good
thumbs up
shit.
and walks away.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It was great. He basically was just his lone wolf McQuaid character. It was fucking awesome. Like, those movies do exactly what they're supposed to do. Like it's right. They're right where they need to be. They know what
Mm-hmm.
they are. They're not trying to be more. I love it.
I respect it.
John Wick. John Wick. On the other hand, I never thought it was gonna be as crazy as it was. Like when you see the trailer for just the first John Wick, because it's so low budget.
Yeah, it's
Didn't have a
shot
lot
like
of
a
money. Didn't
thriller.
come
You're
into
like, oh, homeboy's dog dies. He's trying to find out like who kills his dog.
yeah, and
Or
you're interested. You're there for it. You want to know, and they did way more than you expected. Like did you really like when you watch that movie when they have that first crazy fucking like gunfight in the house after he digs all his shit up and he just massacres a bunch of people in the house? Like, did you see that coming? Because I didn't. I was like, oh shit, this guy's a
I,
badass. Like,
I
this
saw
is not
that
what I thought.
I saw that film at my house. Like I think it was at the old like apartment in Mechanicsburg, I think probably. And I remember I said to Chelsea, I was like, "Hey, yeah, this movie looks okay. You want to watch this?" And she was like, "Sure." And then we both were like on the edge of our seat, and afterwards we looked at each other and went, "Holy fuck! What the fuck did we just witness?" To the point where like we've seen the rest in theaters since, and I'll see this
Did
next one in theaters too.
we saw 2 together, right?
Yeah, 3 I saw in San Francisco.
I felt like we all saw 2 together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before I
Adam
had
didn't.
seen one.
Adam didn't see 1. He was just like, "All right, I watched 2. I don't give a fuck." Still
Worth it,
haven't
though.
seen 1.
Oh, you
No,
haven't?
I have it eventually. Yeah, eventually
Oh.
I did.
It's so funny. But nah, it was just dope. But fuck. All right, I guess now we'll go to the top 10s, baby. Top 10 cartoons. Top 10 cartoons. This was tough for me, to be fair. I've removed anime from my selection because I think anime is a category on itself. I know you don't watch anime, Adam. It is not something that has any interest for you. I get it.
Anime cartoons all the same to me.
It's true. So I've removed them from my list. Here's what I'll preface: if they were made in Japan for Japanese and translated to English, then I didn't include them on my list. That was how I had to
I get
go about
that.
it.
I get that.
I'm
I
a
mean,
purist.
I didn't put any anime in my shit. I mean, there's animated series, which is a cartoon, but like,
Different.
it's shit you're not gonna fucking be like, what the hell is that?
But Adam, go.
Oh, I
If you got your
farted.
list in order, I'll let you go first, sir.
Are we putting them in the little channel
Nah,
thing
I
here? Or we
just
just
have
running it?
mine
We're just
handwritten
running it.
out. We can type them up later.
I have mine typed
put
out
them in
already, so I'm
here.
cool.
Yeah, go ahead
Yeah,
and
I have it
submit.
typed in because I had to. I'll do it after I say it.
Nah, you good.
Because I had to put them in order, like right before we started.
I'm excited for this list, to be honest. I'm really interested to hear this.
So here, I'll start from the bottom. We got number 10. I went with Pokemon.
Oh, nice.
I'm an idiot. Did not even put that on
Yeah,
my
you
list.
should. Yeah, you fucking dummy. Um, number 9, I went Rocket Power.
Solid.
Man after my own heart.
8, Jackie Chan Adventures.
Oh, smooth.
So
Good shit.
I fucking love that show.
Jackie, what are
Um,
you doing?
Dope show.
7, I went King of the Hill.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah, good shit.
6, Rugrats.
Good pull.
Also.
5, I went Family Guy. It's a
Okay.
little bit more
I
modern,
respect it.
but 4, Hey Arnold.
Good shit.
3, Simpsons.
Okay.
More older Simpsons. I'm not a huge fan of the newer ones, but
I don't.
Same.
even
I
know
fe-
when
I
last
understand
watched
that.
it.
yeah. I went classics for my top 2. Number 2, I went Looney Tunes because
Oh, nice.
they
Good
are the
times.
best. And number 1, Scooby Dooby Doo.
Ooh.
Oh,
where
shit,
are
okay.
you? You got some work to do now, huh?
And I got some honorable mentions, but I'll save them if
No,
nobody
it's
else
fine.
mentions them.
It's fine.
I didn't think about adding honorable mentions on this, but now I kind of wish I did because
I only have
I
3.
just did because I had 15 on the list and
Yeah.
I put in 10. I left the other ones.
okay,
did.
I like it. That was a good list, man. I fuck with it.
Mm-hmm. You want me? I can go, David, if you want.
Yeah, no, go ahead, man. Do it. I'm
So
ready.
number 10 for me was Archer. I fucking love
Archer. Fuck.
Oh, I forgot about that
It's
show.
so
Alright.
fucking quotable. It was how I got through Select Medical. I'd listen to episodes of Archer. Number 9, King of the Hill. Again, it's King of the Hill.
I love it.
It's
so
so
Yeah.
good.
good. Number 8, Boondocks, which broke my brain. It's from Adult Swim,
No,
Adam.
I've seen it, but I never.
Dude, if
watched
you
it,
want to
really.
watch something that is like if you made Friday into a cartoon, it's pretty great, especially Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah, you'd love it.
It is extremely it's a political show that you don't like. I don't know. It's sociopolitics.
seen
It's
It's-
awesome.
A few episodes, but I never
It's a Black King of the
got
Hill.
into it.
I'll say it's
Yeah.
like the Black King of the Hill, essentially.
Yeah, kinda.
Number 7, Hey Arnold, because again, when I see the turtle with spray paint on it, I cry every time.
I mean, I want his bedroom. That's like the coolest bedroom of all
It
time.
is a
Yo,
dope
for
bedroom.
real, with the skylight and shit, dude. It's
Yeah.
Oscar
sick.
Kakashka. With
Yeah,
like
I want the roommates too. I want his neighbors, man. His
Yo,
neighbors are the
Yep.
shit,
Oscar has like the hot wife, and everybody's like, "Wow!" Like,
right?
it's
Because he was
so funny.
packing. They didn't tell you that he was just packing
Oh,
mad
he's got
fucking kielbasa in his fucking
thick
pants.
dick. Um,
Absolutely.
number 6 for me is Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Awesome,
Okay.
awesome Adult Swim 15-minute cartoons that are fucked up and hilarious. Number 5, Futurama. Hits me hard every time. Again, the dog
I like
episode
that.
makes me cry, and then the episodes can also make me laugh. Number 4 is a shout out to my childhood, Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Growing up in a trailer park, I could relate to Ed, Ed, and Eddie. You know, the Canker sisters were real. They exist in the trailer parks all across
Sure
America.
do.
Number 3, Family Guy. I quote Family Guy often. I don't watch it as much as I used to, but it's basically so in zeitgeist that you just can't not, you know. It's fucked up.
Yep.
Anytime you fall and hit your knee. Number 2 for me was Teen Titans. I fucking love that show.
Nice.
That was
Good
good.
shit.
Before school, I'd watch Teen Titans,
Yep.
get hyped house, and then go. And then the number 1 for me is Avatar. I discovered it late in life, but it changed my life. I will say, Avatar changed my life and perspective of things. So it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Good list.
Thank you. I love everyone we've listed so far. I would watch right now if it was on TV. Would
Yep.
just leave it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, what you got for us, D? Put your
So
D
my
on us.
list, I tried to avoid 2 areas for sure.
Hmm.
I tried to avoid adult cartoons.
Hmm.
So even though like you had Boondocks, Family Guy, like all that shit was on my mind, but I wanted to keep it more like
Childhood.
yeah, I went more that route on it, so the list is very much in that angle.
Hmm.
And then I made sure obviously I kept animes out, and that led me to a place where I was like, yo, is Avatar a fucking anime? And I was like, kinda. I was like, is Pokemon an anime? I was like, kinda. I was like, fuck it, whatever. I was like, I have a list. It'll still fit. Like if I had honorable mentions, they'd be on it, or they'd be on like an animated list or anime list.
It's
But
allowed.
with that being said, starting from the bottom of my list, first one was Aladdin, the animated series after the movie came out. When Disney decided to make the Aladdin TV show, I fucking loved it. That was a great fucking cartoon, solid as shit.
I,
My
I
number
feel you.
9, my number 9, there's no way you guys don't love it. I love it, you love it. The Magic School Bus.
Beep,
Magic
beep.
School Bus was the shit. Yeah,
Yep.
I wanted to
how
hit that teacher from the back. I'll admit
right?
it. I'll admit it.
Or enter little lizard.
I'd let him watch.
That's right.
He can eat my ass while I'm fucking her.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. He got the tongue for it. That's like blap blap. Um, getting into my number 8, it was Spider-Man the animated series from the 90s, man, with that
So good.
sick fucking intro. Fucking love that shit. Following up, same time frame, X-Men.
I
I
was
love the
just
X-Men
about to say,
cartoon.
that
Yeah.
fucking intro is one of the greatest.
Uh-huh.
It's a
It's
jam.
so good. Absolutely. Next on the list for number 6, Batman the animated series. One of the best Batman fucking things that's ever existed.
It's classic.
That's right. You don't have Harley Quinn without it, and you don't have half the badass Batman shit that exists today without it. It's fucking awesome. Getting out of the superhero realm. Number 5, Courage the Cowardly Dog. That was one of my favorite Cartoon Network shows, dude.
I
That
honestly
shit,
stand
I
by that
loved it.
show. It's still great.
It is, man. Dude, it's so good. Like, and that show actually had some creepy, scary moments in it. Like that show kind of hit everything. It was perfect. It was a perfect creepy show for kids. Had fucking Nightmare Fuel out the ass in it. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Following that up, I'm actually gonna hit another Cartoon Network special, Dexter's Lab.
Also a banger.
Yeah, huge Dexter's Lab fan as well. I only put it ahead of Courage because that came out first. I watched it first. I liked it way before Courage. I
Mhm.
still love it a little more. Following up with a fucking Nickelodeon special. This honestly was almost my number 1. Rocket Power. That was my number 3. I hit Rocket Power.
Yep.
That
It's a great
that show
one.
is fucking amazing. I love Rocket Power. That is probably one of the best Nickelodeon shows to ever exist.
I was saying.
I mean, what was really better than it though? Can you name me anything that was on Nickelodeon specifically that was to you more iconic than Rocket Power? Because I only have one answer, and it is my number one answer. So I'll come
Well,
back to it. But
I
yeah,
have a feeling we all know what that's gonna be.
yeah, like I said, this hits the childhood. I guess number two is kind of still a bit of an adult cartoon. You guys love it. It's on your list. I love it. It just so happens to be my number two. It's King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love King of the Hill, dude. That show not only stands up now, but was significantly ahead of its time. And Mike Judge is just one of the fucking best
Turn it up for
writers
him,
of
baby.
anything, man. He's the best. I fucking love his shit. Even the newer Beavis and Buttheads, dude.
Dad, there's
Love 'em.
something wrong with Ladybird.
Yeah. Dude, just looking at fucking the character that is Bobby and the way he's fucking written and the way he is physically portrayed that they draw him is just absurd. Like, dude, why the fuck do they draw him like that? Like, he just looks like a baby fucking skinhead. Like, it is the
He's not
weirdest.
Hank's son. He's he's Bill's son.
Dude, I love that, and I have definitely thought about that scenario, like especially when Bill tells that. So he's like, "One night, me and Peggy, when you weren't around." I was like, "Oh shit, we
Mhm.
shared a night of romance."
It's because it's true.
Oh god, I really hope it is, especially with the whole narrow urethra shit. I was like, "Yo, just be real." I was like, "Tell me that shit's real." I also love Cotton. Like, Cotton Hill might be my favorite character out of the entire series. Like, Dale's probably number two. But Cotton takes the cake, dude. What a fucking character.
The whole show is phenomenal.
Absolutely. Um, but then my number one, I don't know what else I could have put as number one personally, dude. It's SpongeBob
I was
SquarePants.
gonna say he lives in a pineapple under the sea, sir.
Absolutely, dude. Like SpongeBob was one of the obviously biggest cartoons of our time almost at this point.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And when we first saw it as kids, dude, I didn't know anybody who didn't fuck with SpongeBob, dude. Like I thought that was the shit. I couldn't
Still to
get
this
over any
day,
of it.
people our age are still watching it. That says
Absolutely.
something about it. You know.
How do you not? It's such an enjoyable character. Everything about SpongeBob is just enjoyable. It's funny. It's enjoyable. It's good shit. Um, and man, I could probably not like just rattle off 10 adult cartoons too, but like one of the other ones I had that was sitting on the list, but I thought didn't fit 'cause it was too adult was Rocco's Modern Life. Like I wanted to throw it
It's a
on.
great one.
Love that fucking cartoon, but I was like, no, that shit's a little too out there to just be like a standard cartoon. Like I was like, I'm gonna save that for another list if we ever do like top 10 like adult cartoons
I
where
mean, we could. There's a
Boondocks and
lot out
shit.
there. I mean, for me,
Oh, there's so many.
I honestly, the only honorable mentions I have is Justice League, the animated series, Static Shock, and Batman Beyond. Like those are three that like I wanted to put on my list, but then I was like, I I can't. And then X-Men. When you said X-Men, I was like, fuck, of course. Like I literally I watched it at the beginning of the year. I watched some episodes on Hulu. And I was like, yeah, this is so good. Like you
I
can't
did the
download
same.
them, which pisses me off because I want to download them, watch them on lunch, but for some
You
reason
can
you
if you.
can't.
They're on Disney Plus now. That's why you can just put them on Disney Plus and watch them.
Guess I'm gonna.
Yeah,
do
they
that.
got. Yeah, they got the Spider-Man series, X-Men, all that. I watched all that already on there and just enjoyed the shit out of it, dude. When I first moved into this house, so many Saturday mornings were sat in front of my fucking TV with cereal watching fucking those cartoons. Dude, I was like, hell yeah. I'd get up early just to fucking put them on and get some peace and quiet and watch them.
What you got, Adam? What's your honorable mentions before we sign out?
We got Arthur.
Oh, all right.
Little Bear, Franklin.
Yeah. Some real kid
Those
shit.
all good ones, but not on my list. Mighty Ducks animated series.
Also
That was good. That was awesome.
Best
That
Burger
was
King toys ever.
Yep.
yes.
And then Tom and Jerry.
Oh,
Tom and Jerry's
nice, dude.
solid.
Classic.
You know what? I guess like
I love T&J.
if I was gonna
Yeah.
Shit.
honorable mention an original cartoon like that too, Tiny Toons. Tiny Toons.
Yeah,
Oh, Tiny
is good.
Toons. Yeah,
Almost
Tiny
made
Toons
my
is
list.
real good.
Tiny Toons is pretty damn good. But I
I was-
can't believe it. I can't believe like how long it's been since we've had like cartoons like that. Like what do they got now? You know, we had freedom.
What do you
then.
mean? What do you mean?
Now, like I don't think
A
cartoons
lot
are
of
the
the
same. You know.
I don't know. A lot of these cartoons still exist, though. I mean, like, there's a Spider-Man one. There's not an X-Men one, but I mean, there's also, I think, pretty sure they brought back the Magic School Bus. I'm pretty sure there's like a new teacher or something. They basically, it's like the same idea.
Ain't the same, man. It's like
Um,
when they brought back
oh
fucking
yeah.
Legends of the Hidden Temple as a movie, and then they brought back fucking Are You Afraid of the Dark as a movie. Just bring them back the way they were. They were better that way.
Did you
Kids
did
watch
you
Black Mirror
watch
now and creeped out. You could put that shit into a show and still it would be great. Goosebumps.
did you
Bring it back.
did you watch the Legends movie though? Did you get a chance to watch it?
Nope.
Okay. I watched it. It kind of didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it did. It's honestly what they did is they legitimately took the idea that like Jumanji did when they brought it back with the new cast and just kind of did the same thing and flipped it on its head. They were like, it's not what you remember. It's not exactly the same thing, but here you go. Totally different
Bullshit.
type of world. It's not bad, but I don't think you're gonna really like love it. You know what I mean? But
Not
you're
in
gonna
my
be
America,
interested.
David. You don't do that.
Let me tell you
That's my
something.
Halloween. You can't be making the killer a different person, not Michael Myers, and only give me 10 minutes of him.
Listen, we can rant about that movie. I got time. I fucking will freak out. But uh goddamn Corey Cunningham, my fucking balls, dude. So stupid.
I'll cut us off before we go too long on it, though.
Yeah. No, dude, that was you should definitely watch the movie. But if you get a chance, man, pop into one of your fucking local Walmarts, dude. They decided, not Walmart, but Milton Bradley, I think.
Okay.
They decided to go out and make something that I think most of us have probably wanted for our childhoods, maybe even into adult lives. These motherfuckers remade the Jumanji fucking game.
The board game, yeah.
Yeah, did you see it?
I did see it. I used to own the actual Jumanji game when I was a kid, and then I think I lost all the cards, and my family didn't want to play board games with me.
But you saw the new game, right?
I have seen it in stores. I don't pick it up.
Oh, I want to buy it, dude. Like it's actually in the wooden box that opens just like in the movie and has the same game board.
Nah,
Dude,
I'm a video game guy
That's
now.
that's fucking amazing, dude. Like as a child, when I first saw the Jumanji game, I was like, "Oh, that's cool," but it's not what they did in the fucking movie. And now, literally, it is fucking exactly the same board with the same warnings on the inside, the same path, the same character pieces.
They know what they're doing.
Amazing. Yeah, but motherfucker, the kids don't know that shit. Kids want fucking Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Kevin Hart and Jack Black and Karen Gillan. Like they don't know fucking.
And they will get them.
They don't know Alan Parrish. They don't know about that shit.
Sarah Whittle, baby.
They don't know about the Soul Man. They don't know about a Soul Man.
Fucking awesome. Well, fuck,
Oh, I
boys.
love it.
We're gonna call it.
Yeah,
I fucked up
call
the
it.
recording halfway through, but I appreciate y'all. I love you guys. We'll have to have we'll record again soon, and we'll have some new content. And I will reveal the Christmas special stuff later, all off air. But I love you guys.
Got it.
This is just another day with
David.
Adam.
Elliot. Have a day.
The show has ended. The show has ended.